Today we're ranking the Vandal skins from worst to best, but the thing is, it's not my opinion. It's the opinion of over 70,000 players. I put these polls public in my Discord and tons of people participate, and here are the results. Starting at the very bottom, I don't want to bore you, so let's just go through the ones that really got like nothing. We're talking about like 0.15% or stuff like that. Extremely low amount of votes. The very bottom is the Starlit Vandal. Yeah, I understand. It's basically like a battle pass skin, but they charged us money, and that's the exact same with the Sylvanas, which is next, then Sensation, and then Nunca Olvidades, and then Nitro, and then Lycan's Bane, and then Horizon, and like, let's be honest, like we're already at a Horizon, and all the ones I've popped up on screen so far are just so bad. Then we have the Venturi Vandal, the Cavalier, the Winter Wonderland, after that the Titan Mail. Oh man, I don't know, should I go slower? I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth our time. It's not good. We have the Schema, which I don't think is actually that bad. And then we have the Monstrosity Vandal. This Vandal was actually at the bottom, and somehow, as I watched the live polls, it slowly climbed. I don't know how this thing climbed. It's so bad, but anyways, it's still quite near the bottom. Then we have Tethered Realms, which I am so glad they stopped doing these types of skins, which goes the same for Depths. It's kind of like that effect, right? Depths comes after Tethered Realms here, and like that effect, it just really fell off so hard, and they just never did it again, ever. It's actually been over a year, I think more than a year. They just haven't done it. Then we got the Lux Vandal, which a lot of people actually thought looked clean, but clearly clean is not what people want because it didn't catch much votes. Then we have the Endeavor, then the Avalanche. I actually think the Avalanche is one of the worst Vandals ever, but that's just my opinion. Then we have Immortalized, and my opinion here is because, let's say Immortalized is only a little bit above Avalanche, but Avalanche you actually have to pay, and it's just kind of trash, where at least Immortalized was just in a battle pass, but that's just my opinion. Valorant Go Volume 2, I completely hated this bundle. People said it's not that bad, and then here it is, long forgotten. A lot of skins just don't age, and we literally don't see them. You just see no one equip the stuff like Valorant Go. Like, it just doesn't exist. I haven't seen it in game ever since release. It's crazy. After that, we got Hive Mind. This one caught a lot of hate and flack for being the second battle pass, and it also aged like milk. Then we have .exe, which actually was the first ever battle pass. I actually don't think this one aged as poorly. I think it'd still be accepted in a battle pass till today, but it's nothing special. Then we have Team Ace, Prism 2, both are absolute trash. And then we have Altitude, the Toy Story Vandal. Some people like this. I know one person who likes it. I don't agree. I just don't agree. Then we have the Crimson Beast. This one literally looks like, oh my god, it's literally Walmart Elder Flame. They put a sticker on there. It's bad. It's bad. We have the Starlit Odyssey. At least this one's in a battle pass, so I won't give it too much flack. Then we got Aristocrat. Then we got the No Limits Vandal. Then we got the Luna Vandal. The Luna bundle, not that great, but the knife was decently solid. Something about simple skins actually haven't been hitting well with the Valorant community because we don't have any simple skins that rise to the top. That's just the truth. Even when the bundle comes out cheaper, they don't make their way onto any sort of the top 10 list here. Then we have KTAC, one of the better battle passes, but still nothing too special to really hold its own. .sys, which I think is worse than KTAC, but it got more votes. Then we got Ego, which I also think is worse than Sys and KTAC, but got more votes. Then we got Wasteland. This thing's not that great, but hey, it's like a subsect for a very specific niche of players, maybe people who like love Rust. I'm not too sure. Then we got the Ruin Vandal. This is definitely one of the best Vandal battle pass Vandals in the game, without a doubt. After that, we got the Black.market Vandal, and this is quite a huge jump. This is where the votes start kind of multiplying extremely fast. So the Black.market Vandal is truly not too shabby. It's not my favorite, but if some people really just want to be shooting an AK, it's not bad. It definitely fits that niche of being somewhat simple without being bad. I gotta give it to it. Then we got the Sakura Vandal. It actually beat the Black.market Vandal, which threw me off. And I guess this is the first clean skin that is really up here. It truly is the first clean skin that is up here. After that, we have the Origin Vandal. Dude, the Origin Vandal has fallen from grace. This thing used to be way higher, man. I still don't mind it. I still think it's cool. I still think it has one of the best inspects in the game, but I guess they fumbled the ball so hard with the audio, with that freaking bass boosted audio shot that's so loud in your ear that it's fallen off of people's radar like crazy. So much so that the Cryo Status Vandal is winning. I never really liked this Vandal that much, but it's also not terrible. It's in a decent spot. After that, Elder Flame has also fallen from grace. Actually, every time I've pulled, and I have previous pulls in file, Elder Flame is dropping, which is kind of interesting because it means it's a skin that is not aging well with the community. And it was already divisive, sorry, divisive. It had the community split when it first came out is what I'm trying to say. And I think it's leaning more to people not liking it over liking it. After that, we have the Magepunk Vandal. Pain, man. It's really not a bad Vandal at all. I bought it and then I used it like once. Oh my god, I kind of regret buying Magepunk 3.0 now that I think about it. I barely used that bundle, but you know, it's a pretty solid Vandal. At least they had a ton of colors for it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's okay. I genuinely think it's okay. However, it's not as good as apparently the Glitch Pop Vandal. This one I don't even think is aging well, but it beat the Magepunk Vandal. However, because Glitch Pop is also older, I also have the historical pulls, and Glitch Pop is also falling from grace. We're seeing a lot of new Vandals overtake old Vandals, which wasn't the case for a long time. Neptune, the bubbly Vandal, has also fallen from grace, but still holds its own quite high on the list, all things considered. It used to beat out Gaia's more often than not, but Gaia's actually beat out Neptune this time and beats it by a small margin, just coming out ahead, and it is one of my favorite Vandals, so I'm not very upset to see it here. After that, we got the Chronovoid Vandal, and the Chronovoid Vandal is something that's gained popularity and not lost popularity. It's slowly growing on people, similar to another skin that's coming up very soon. Champions 2021 comes right after Chronovoid, and Champions 2021 is simple. It's very simple. Some people think it's too basic, and I think this is actually a concept of a clean skin that doesn't do too much to the Vandal, but adds just enough to make it unique and satisfying to use. However, it's just very pricey for what it was, but nonetheless a solid Vandal. Forsaken comes after that, and that's what I was referring to when I talk about Chronovoid. A lot of people didn't like Forsaken, however, it's climbed and then now held its own. It's not exactly growing on the list anymore, but it stays strong near the top. But it does get beat by the Oni Vandal, and I love the Oni Vandal. Personally, it might be one of my favorite Vandals in the game. Something about it is still super satisfying, and in the end, it is very up high on the list. As we hit number 8, we're at the Ion Vandal. So the top 10 overall were pretty solid. It is insane how many good Vandal skins we have. Just put into context. Forsaken, Champions 2021, Chronovoid, and Gaia's, and Neptune, and Glitch Pop aren't even top 10 anymore. This was unheard of. Just like last time I did this poll was a year ago. It's insane how many more Vandal skins we have. But anyways, back to the Ion Vandal. I don't like it. I don't think it even deserves to be in top 10, but you guys do, and your vote is what matters. It is a democracy here. Don't vote for the Ion Vandal next time, please. No, but on a serious note, it's not that bad. I just don't like the color waves for it personally, and that's why I don't think it deserves to be this high, but again, you guys clearly do. Believe it or not, it actually lost to the RGX 11Z Pro by a single vote. Literally one vote. Which is crazy because the RGX 11Z Pro Vandal is by far way superior in my opinion. Something that does shock me is how high the Sentinels of Light Vandal is. Holy! It only actually beat the other two, being the RGX and Ion Vandal, by like 5 votes, so it cut it really close, but I am shocked that it is this high on the list. Seriously, I don't know. It's good. It's not what I understood the community loved, but hey, yo, You guys are voting. This has been an upset to me. Prelude to Chaos comes up next, and this is actually one I do regret not buying. I hyped up this gun like crazy and told everyone it's an amazing bundle, and then didn't buy it myself. But it is what it is. It is a great Vandal. It is over the top in its effects, but it still at least feels like it shoots clean, which is very impressive considering it literally RGB glow changes as you just walk. So it's crazy that it shoots clean. At number 4, I am happy to announce Reaver. Reaver has held its own, but it's won so many of these polls that it has been tilting. It feels so good to see Reaver fall just a little bit. I think it should fall a little bit more. Like, it can still stay in the top 10 for its cleanliness and how much people like it. I get it, it's a classic, but you know, maybe number 7 or number 8. But anyways, it still holds its own at number 4. And number 3, we have the Araxys Vandal. This one actually, some people just hate it, and I understand why. However, I definitely think it's one of the most unique skins in the game, right? The fish, I wasn't say fishtail, not fishtail, the skin-like, the reptile skin-like, the moving skin, the moving armor, what do you call this? Either way, it looks cool, and no one can tell me it's not unique. There is absolutely nothing like it in the game in terms of the pullout, in terms of the inspect, in terms of how it animates, in terms of how it moves. So to see it in the top 3 feels very, very good. At number 2, we have the Prime Vandal. Dude, context here. This was the first premium skin to hit Valorant at launch. Literally the first episode, first act, first bundle in your shop for 7100 VP was the Prime Collection. Until this day, how many years later, it still holds the number 2 spot. Talk about making a timeless skin. However, unlike Reaver, for some reason, I just don't feel it's overhyped because we haven't had anything like it still. That reload is extremely unique, even more unique than Reaver or much else, and the sound allows your Vandal to go pew 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 instead of having a heavy bass, which will just resonate with a lot of people. However, last but not least, believe it or not, the brand new Champions 2023 takes the number 1 spot. Personally, I kind of understand this. Right now, it's a skin that feels amazing. Can you understand some of the correlation here? It feels like it shoots like Prime. It has that pew pew, removing a little bit of the bass, but then adds that bass back in. It's like Prime with a little bit more bass. It has a heavier tone to it overall. The problem is it doesn't have a color scheme. It doesn't actually have as crazy reload animations considering how expensive it is, but it has a little bit more, I want to say pizzazz, even though I've never said that word in my life. That's kind of cringe. It has but something, I don't know, I hope that kind of makes sense. It has a little bit more heft to it, like in its detail, in its design, in its overall look, in the way it shoots, and of course the finisher is way better than Prime. So I definitely understand it being in number 1. However, it also was released very recently as you are watching this video, meaning there might still be those butterflies, you know? I won't be surprised if this falls a little bit on the list due to other reasons, but I don't know. Right now it is number 1, and I think in the long term it'll stay in number 10. It'll stay in the top 10 for sure, but for now it's number 1. It is the freshest and the newest skin, so take it as you will. Overall, this is a solid skin and really reminded me how many good Vandal skins we have today. We have a ton, but let me know what your top 5 is in the comments down below.